welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, it's a lot of stuff. The only thing you don't see is the cheese, and I'll show that to you later. But today we're going to be making birria tacos, but they're going to be chicken birria tacos. Yes, we are. We're going to use some Mexican oregano, cinnamon sticks. We're going to use all these different chilies you see here. Yes, we are. We're going to use some garlic, black pepper, smoked paprika, paprika regular, work just fine, granulated onion. I'm going to use some ground cloves. You can use the whole ones if you have it. I'm going to be using some coriander, bay leaves, some cumin. We're going to use some tomato paste. We're going to use this onion here. Those are the tortillas that we're going to use. We've got cilantro, some apple cider vinegar, some chicken broth. I wanted the real big tomatoes, but this is what I could get in the store. And some limes. It'll work out just fine. And did I say the grease? There's your shot of everything we're going to use. I'm trying to get it all in there for you. There you go. Now let's get cooking. All right, the very first thing we're going to go ahead and do is season up this meat. Make sure you wash it, pat it dry. We're going to season it with some pepper. And we're going to season both sides. I'm just going to show you me doing the first side so you can see how much we want to put on both sides. That's the pepper. This is the granulated onion. You can just season with salt and pepper if you like. That's just fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a little bit of that paprika on this. All right. And if you've never made birria tacos, let me tell you, they are amazing. They are delicious. It's a request in my house on a regular basis, okay? I'm going to flip them over and season the other side, and then we're going to take it to the pot. I'll be right back. All right, I've been having my Dutch oven heating up. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with about 1/3 of a cup of oil. Just want enough to kind of cover the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to go ahead and go in with that chicken. Doesn't matter if it's pretty side down or not, because we're going to break it up in either way you want to look at it. But I always do pretty side down because that's just habit. And you may have to cook this chicken in batches, which is just fine, okay? So I'm going to cook 3 and then cook the other 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook them on both sides. So we're going to give them about 10 minutes both sides, and this meat is still going to cook plenty. And I'll be back when it's time to flip. All right, we just turned the chicken over, and we're going to let her cook for about 7 minutes. I'll be back. All right, I've cooked all that chicken. We're going to use that grease at the bottom of the pan. We're going to get those onions in there. And that was the whole onion that I cooked. We're going to go ahead and go in with some tomato paste. And I would say probably a good 3 to 4 tablespoons. And then we're going to let this go for about 5 minutes. Okay? We're going to deglaze this pan a little bit. Get all those drippings, all that yummy at the bottom. So we're going to let this go for about 5 minutes. Let those onions cook up and deglaze the bottom of that pan. And then I'll be back, okay? All right, at this point, we're going to go in with our garlic. And I'm going to put in, I would say, about 4 tablespoons. You can use fresh garlic for this, too. Fresh garlic won't hurt nobody. All right? Lots of garlic. Told you a million times, she loves garlic. And then we're going to let this go, okay, for a couple of minutes. Just for 2 minutes. Get that garlic in there and get it going, okay? Just for 2 minutes. And I'll be back. All right, it's time to start building again. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go in with that chicken broth. I'm going to use the whole thing. And get that whole carton in there. Now that we've got that in there, we're going to go ahead and go in with a few seasonings, okay? I'm going to go ahead and drop in a couple of bay leaves. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and put in some more of that granulated onion. We're going to put about a tablespoon of that in there as well. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of the cumin, okay? We're going to put in some of the ground clove, and we're going to put in a good tablespoon of that as well. And then some of the coriander. We're going to put in a good tablespoon of that as well. All right. Then we're going to give this a little zhuzh. I'm going to let this go just for a minute. Just for a minute. All right. And I'll be right back. I'm going to give this 2 minutes and let those juices start forming and get to know one another. I'll be right back. Okay, while those juices have been getting to know one another and becoming friends, I am going to go ahead and add a few more ingredients to this. One of them being, I'm going to add a bottle of water. So that's 1 cup. Okay. I'm going to also put in that apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons. Or about. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with those cinnamon sticks. I'm going to put in 2. I'm also going to put in 2 of each one of those peppers. I de-seeded them because the heat is in the seeds. If you want the seed, go ahead and leave it in there. All right. Give this a nice little zhuzh. Let them get to know one another for a second here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that meat back in here. Okay. I did take the skin off. You can take the bone out of it right now if you want to, but I'm just going to pull mine out in a little bit once I take that chicken out. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. We're going to let all those pieces get all yummy in that nice little juice that we've made here. And I'm going to put this lid on, and this is cooking on a medium heat. The whole time I've been using a medium heat, and I'm going to continue to use that medium heat. And now I'm just going to put the lid on. Uh-oh, I forgot one more ingredient. Got to get some of that oregano in here. Okay. And that's a couple of tablespoons of that. Now I got everything in there. Don't want to leave out none of the ingredients. Oh, yeah. And I do have a another video where I've done the beef birria tacos, okay? And I'll link that video to this one. All right? So now we're going to put that lid on. And we're going to let it go for an hour. And I'll be back. All right, now I've taken all the peppers out. And I put in about a ½ cup of the juice. And I'm just going to use my food processor, my little mini food processor, to chop it all up. And then we're going to put it back in the pot. And then I'm going to take the meat, take it off the bones, and I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's all mixed up. And we're going to put that back in the pot and let it cook for about 15 more minutes, all right? I'll be right back. All right, as you can see, I just shredded the chicken up with my hands, all right? Our consommé is done. So now it's time to start making these birria tacos. I'll be right back. And these are the cheeses that I'll be using, okay? All right. All right, I've got the camera a little higher because I want you to see what I'm getting ready to do. Okay, I dip the tacos in the consommé. All right. And then put it right in the pan. And I'm going to do 3 at a time. And I'll show you how I do that. Dip it in. Put it right in the pan. And I'm going to do this until I get them all done. And I'm going to show you the process for that. But hold on. I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see better what I'm doing in the skillet. Hold on. All right, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put Monterey Jack on all three of these. I'm going to go lean towards one end more than the other, simply because that's going to be the end that I'm going to fold, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. You can add as little or as much cheese as you want to this. It is completely and totally up to you. Then we're going to go in with some of that chicken that we shredded up. Look at that. You don't want to overstuff these too much, okay? And these are absolutely amazing, okay? Then you just flip it over. I guess I need to put a little bit more in that one. He looks a little lonely on that side. Flip it over. Be careful, try not to rip it. And then we're just going to let it cook. It's only that the skillet is not extremely hot yet that I'm able to use my fingers. All right, and that's how you do it. Any loose ones, put it back in a plate. Use it for the next one. All right, and that's what we're finna do. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, let it brown on each side. I'll be back. And there they are, sprinkled with some cilantro. I was going to go ahead and sprinkle the tomatoes on there, but family decided they didn't want them. There's your lime. There's your consommé. Cilantro. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll see Gigi next time. Take care, you guys.